Well, let's go now live to Kilmeny, who's at a polling station in Fairfax in Virginia, where people have already started casting their ballots. Kilmeny, how's it looking where you are then? What are we expecting out of Virginia?
Well, Paul, we've been outside of George Mason University. Polls have been open for a few hours. People casting their ballots in what is a very important and critical Super Tuesday. Virginia has been a key battleground state for Democrats and Republicans. That's because it has the third largest number of delegates available on Super Tuesday. Especially candidates in the Republican contest have really been competing here. That's because Trump's leading the polls with 41%. You then have Marco Rubio with 27% and Ted Cruz with 14%. And that's been very good for Donald Trump, because as long as Cruz and Rubio are in the race, they're splitting that vote. And of course, Hillary favored in Virginia here. But what I want to do now is I want to bring in Jennifer Victor. She's an associate professor at George Mason University here. Jennifer, every Super Tuesday is a little bit different. The stakes vary. How high are the stakes in this Super Tuesday election?
The stakes are pretty high. Primaries are primarily about meeting expectations. And on the Democratic side, Hillary Clinton's expectations for her performance are quite high. And if assuming she meets those, and the polling suggests that she will, she's likely to more or less lock up the nomination. On the Republican side, it's a whole different story. On the Republican side, Donald Trump is poised to do well. His candidacy has broken and bested every political science theory and expectation that we have, unlike anything we anticipated. And so if he continues to do well and does win a number of states today, not a clean sweep, but wins, a large handful of them, then he's on the path to the Republican nomination.
The Republican contest has no doubt been very interesting to watch, particularly because it's gotten very nasty. I know you know a lot about how social media plays into campaigns. Talk to me about the social media warfare that's happening in the Republican campaign right now.
So social media is now a ubiquitous requirement for all candidate campaigns. It's just like having a television strategy and talking points and rallies. You have a social media campaign, and every candidate is on every platform they can, and they have social media experts who are practiced in those 140-character sound bites. The danger or the difference between social media and the other ways that candidates reach out to voters is that it's somewhat anonymous, and the interaction that voters and candidates and campaigns can have on social media has almost this barrier to it that makes people a little bit more willing to take the gloves off, and it has increased to some extent the nastiness of the campaign.
Well, you were talking to me about how that has particularly played a part in Donald Trump controlling the narrative.
So Donald Trump is a media genius. He is not a traditional candidate by any means. He's not an ideological candidate particularly. And many, steadfast Republicans are disavowing him largely for those reasons. But he knows how to control a news cycle. And as soon as he feels it slipping from his grasp, he knows how to say something else hyperbolic that will keep the attention on him.
Excellent. Jennifer, thank you so much. Guys, polls opening across the country, people casting their vote in what is a very important and critical part of this election, Super Tuesday. We're going to keep you posted on the results throughout the day. Back to you.
Okay, Kilmeny, thank you very much.